It's time for the concluding event here at Audrain Motor Week in Newport, Rhode Island. We're here at the Breakers Estate on the lawn for the concours on this Sunday with some incredible vehicles, a diverse selection and class of vehicle that we're going to go check out today. So let's go see some of the highlights. So I want to check out this class back here at the Breakers lawn here. It's for post-war European sports cars. Some very cool examples to check out. First up is that red Aston Martin DB2/4. Always cool to see an early DB car from the brand. Then we have one of the early Lamborghinis, the 400 GT. We have some other classics here, Ferrari 308s. But what I'm most interested in over here are some of these examples. This is a Maserati Mexico, back when Maserati had a lot of different elegant cars in different classes, styled by different famous design houses. This one was styled by Vignale, and just an incredible example of a big personal luxury two-door coupe. And then next to that we have an Iso Grifo, BMW 3-liter CS coupe. Then another Iso. This is the Revolta. Very interesting. Never seen one of these before. It looks kind of like, gives me a lot of Lamborghini Urama vibes with the partially hidden headlights there that will open up, part of the bodywork. And then look at the interior on this thing. Fully mint green. Look at that. That's absolutely wild, and it looks impeccable with the piping and everything, all the way through the back and the deck lid and the headliner even. That is wild. Love the design on that. Then moving on, we have the classic Maserati Ghibli. Long before it was a mid-tier luxury sedan, we had the incredible Ghibli supercar, styled by Ghia. Classic. And then we also have the Lamborghini Countach Monaco Grand Prix pace car that we saw at the gathering. Get a closer look at that. Wild to think of a time when an exotic, a poster car exotic like the Countach was leading a Formula One Grand Prix. Definitely worth taking a quick walk down this row. We have the largest gathering of Ford GT40 road cars. Various different Mark I examples. All right, this has to be my favorite class of vehicle here at the concourse today, Zagato coachwork. Some of the most iconic vehicles from the famous design house Zagato. Starting with this, possibly one of their most iconic partnerships, earliest partnerships in fact, with Aston Martin, the DB4 GT Zagato. Regarded as one of the most beautiful cars of all time, one of only 19 produced. Incredibly valuable today, as you would imagine, but just look at that perfect design over the DB4, the flowing bodywork, extending over the rear fenders and wrapping those rear lights. Just looks amazing. Never seen one of these before, probably never will again. Just look at that. It is so timeless and perfect. Incredible. Then we have the Lamborghini 3500 GT Zagato Coupe, based on the earliest Lamborghinis, the 350 GT. Again, partnered for bespoke bodywork from Zagato with a very distinctive camtail rear design. And then another one here with a camtail that I don't know as much about, but it's the Alfa Romeo TZ1 Zagato. There were actually three of these. There was a TZ2 that followed, also styled by Zagato, and then there was a modern interpretation called the TZ3 Zagato, very limited, built off of the Dodge Viper platform. But this is where it all started, the first TZ1, Giulia TZ to be specific, but styled again by Zagato. And then my personal favorite, here we are, the DB7 Zagato, one of only 99 built. One of my all-time favorite Aston Martin designs. I used to be obsessed with this when I was a kid. I always thought it looked like a shark with the bodywork and the front end design with the enlarged grille and lights. It just looks so perfect. It's got that interesting double bubble roof design. And look at the rear glass. Look at how interesting this is with the curvature that has to match up with the roof. And I just love the rear end, again, looking kind of like a retro design throwback to the camtail designs that these feature, with the singular taillights pushed out to the edges. Same with the exhaust tips, wrapped in this beautiful bodywork, again, from Zagato. So cool. Of course, there were also 99 of the convertible version of this car, the DBAR1, American Roadster 1, for those that prefer the open top experience. But I think personally that just ruins the perfect silhouette and design that you got in this fastback coupe design from the DB7 Zagato. Again, a first time seeing one of these for me, and does not disappoint. So cool. I could stare at this all day. The rear end specifically, I don't know which angle I like best. There is no bad angle. It's just perfect. My best in show. I like the newer stuff, so it's an easy choice for me. That is just mega. Really cool row of classic Ferraris here. A bunch of different 250 models, basically. Early 250s, not sure what this one is, but then we got the classic 250 GT Lusso. Amazing. 250 GT California Spiders. That's a incredible color on this one. 330 America Coupe. I think this is also maybe a 400. No, 250 GT Pininfarina Coupe. Some of these old Ferraris just blend together for me, but they're all incredible looking. 250 California GT, 212 Inter Coupe over there. And then over here, moving on from the Ferraris, this is pre-war European. Some amazing examples here. BMW 328, one of their early models. And this is quite a special one, Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic. There were so many different examples of this iconic car from Bugatti, from different, coachwork interpretations that were bespoke to the client's needs. But this one is called the Rollback Coupe. And you can see why when you get back to the rear here. That already has an incredible design, but you've got this open top situation. Not quite a sunroof, not a soft top. It literally has just a panel that rolls back on those tracks. You can see it kind of hiding in there between the cabin and the rear area. Iconic two-tone Bugatti paintwork, of course. And just one of the most iconic Bugatti designs of all time. Many different iconic Type 57 Atlantic bodywork examples that were styled in period, but I've never seen that one before. That's pretty cool. And then another incredible example from the time, the Talbot Lago Type 150 Teardrop Coupe. Just such an unusual shape to the car and the doors. And the rear end, man, that is incredible. Split windows at the rear. You can see the teardrop silhouette that inspired the name. And then here, a Mercedes 540K Special Roadster. Again, monstrous, iconic Mercedes from the pre-war era. Massive front hood. I mean, that is just a menacing car. Very cool. So many fine little details. A lot of different classic Mercedes-Benz models over here. 300 SL, Roadsters, Gullwings, 280 SE, Pagoda SLs, the stuff you would usually expect to see. But one thing you don't always see is this one here, my personal favorite, the 250 SE Cabriolet in this beautiful forest green color over red. Just looks so incredible. You can see the lineage here looking at this that Mercedes would follow to eventually make models like the modern S-Class coupe and convertible. They've always been in this big, oversized, personal luxury coupe and convertible space. And it's just interesting to see where it kind of all started. I mean, not the very first, but one of the early iterations of this model segment, basically the S-Class convertible of its day. And what a presence it still has. Well, what an incredible concours event that was here at the Breakers to conclude Audrain Motor Week. If you've never been out this way to this event, highly recommend. It was just an incredible few days here and the weekend filled with cars and coffee. So many cool cars just driving around the town, from visitors beyond just the collectors that are bringing their vehicles here to show on the lawn, and some of the vehicles that the Audrain Museum also owns in their personal collection. But just highly recommend the whole experience and visiting the Audrain Museum itself. It was just, I mean, look at the scenery here. It's just incredible. You're right off the ocean on these incredible mansion estate lawns, and the weather was just absolutely flawless for this time of year. But obviously didn't have time to check out every single car here, and a lot of these, frankly, I just don't know much about. I'm more into the modern stuff, but always interesting to check out the diverse class selection of vehicles that come to these types of events. And it's going to be tempting to visit this again in future years. But until then, that concludes all of this year's content from Audrain Motor Week 2025. Hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.